Hi there everyone, it's Gloria Kramer from Oakville, Canada, and I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. And today we are going to make this cute little pop-out card. So, super cute. And this is part of my November online card class. When you get the kit, everything is sort of pre-cut, pre-scored for you as always. And you can find all my classes on Meetup under Oakville Creative Escapes. So I'm going to leave that over here. Now, if you're looking for all the scoring and cutting sizes for the DSP, just hop over to Tammy White's tutorial, as this is her this was her idea. I got it from her, and she has everything written down on her blog. So I'm gonna get started. For the people who have my kit, you'll have all the pieces. DSP might be slightly different. This is from Sale-a-bration, from the last celebration that we did. And this piece here is done with just a regular sized piece of cardstock, A2 size. And then there's just some scoring and cutting involved. And then there's this little side piece here that we're gonna add on. So let's get started. Now what we're going to do is you're going to put a little fold on your piece here, and then we're going to get some tear tape. I think I'm going to use the thicker one. So we're going to use some tear tape, and we're going to put it along this strip here. So if you're following at home, just follow along. Today I'm just going to mention I have 2 dogs, and today is garbage day, so you might hear some barking. They came and picked up on our side of the street, but I can hear the truck coming down the street, picking up the garbage from the other side of the street. So you might hear some barking. It'll be very brief, hopefully. Sometimes they don't even bark, if you can believe that. Okay, so we have this piece here, and what I'm gonna do is let me make sure I'm gonna glue this down properly, because sometimes there's been times where I've glued it on the wrong way. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay this down. And we're just going to line it up right to where the score line is. And then we're going to fold this one in. Sorry, I had it folded the other way earlier. But once you lay it down, you'll be able to figure out which way it needs to go. So the garbage truck has now passed, and my dogs didn't even bark. How awesome is that? Okay, so now we have the DSP, and we're going to lay down our DSP. You'll have a full piece here, and that's going to go on this big side here. Today On Stage at Home starts. I think it starts in a couple of hours. I will miss part of On Stage. That's our big conference for demonstrators. We've been doing it at home virtually since COVID. But it's still a lot of fun. Now I'm going to miss part of it because I still have to do my other job, which is I'm a dog walker. And the reason why you hear a lot of dogs at my house sometimes is because I have clients, when they go away, they ask if I will watch their dog. So that's why there are usually more than just my 2 dogs at home. We had one that had to go home early. She was really nervous, and it was giving her some issues with her tummy. So her family was just doing renovations. And so they came and picked her up early. Again, you can sort of decide which pieces you want and which side of the DSP you want. I'm using this blue side only because it's not as busy. But you can, this type of card is great because you can use any DSP you have laying around. And it's a great way to show off the Stampin' Up! DSP. This would make like a great birthday card. Not sure why that's kind of dirty there, but and then we have these pieces here. And again, all the measurements for the DSP, you can just find it on Tammy White's blog. She has it all written down. And then these little pieces go on the top. And I should have 4, but it looks like I only have 3 here. So I will have to add the last one later. Now I like picking a DSP for this card that doesn't have to match up exactly, because then you don't really have to worry about which piece goes on what part. But that's just me. If you want your pieces to line up perfectly, there's a way of cutting it as well so that it does line up. Okay, so in your kit, you'll have 4 of these pieces. Mine, I only have the 3, and I will add the last piece later on. So we're going to take this silver tree here, which mine has a scratch through. I'm gonna see if I can punch out another one instead. now we have our tree, and we're going to pop it up with some dimensionals. Now for my card, for my sample card, I did stamp some snowflakes in the background, just because this DSP was a light colored and it would show up. The ink that I used is Misty Moonlight, and but for this card here, I'm not gonna stamp anything because I think it has a nice enough background there that I don't need anything. Now for my sentiments, I'm going to use stamps from, let me see if we can find it here, from Christmas to Remember. And we're going to use this one here and this one here. And again, how I've showed this in previous videos, but this is how I figure out whether or not the sentiment will fit. And I have these little things that I've punched out, and I just take this and I put it over the sentiment, and it's like it fits. So that's how I do it. Now I'm going to use, I think, let's see, I'm going to use, for this particular card, the Fresh Freesia. I know it's not a typical Christmas color, but we're going to make it work. We're just going to do it. This color will coordinate with the DSP, which is why I'm using a non-traditional Christmas color. And that's going to go right there. I think it still works. I know not everybody will like this as like a Christmas color for a card. You can always also use like a green. I believe that green there is mint macaron, I think, and maybe the shaded spruce. This one's a little tighter, so hopefully we can make it all fit. There. And that's going to go on the inside. And now we're going to move this out of the way. That's all the stamping I'm doing for this card. Again, you can stamp on your DSP. I guess I could have stamped some snowflakes and then just embossed it in white as well. But I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay, so we're going to put this down here. And I'm just going to glue it down with my Tombow. And then your little character pieces, your little, your bear and your penguin and whatnot, those little pieces, you're going to have to fussy cut those. So I'm going to put this guy there, and I'm just going to make sure that when I have this covered, that the bear is covered. So that would be about there. I forgot to check with the sentiment, but again, that's when you put down your sentiment, try to make sure that it's sort of hidden behind the panel. So I had put my finger there. And this guy should be hidden. So there we go. He is hidden. This one pops out a little bit, but it's okay. Next, we're going to put our tree down. Now on my sample card, the tree sort of pops up a little more because of the color, but I think this will still work. Again, I'm just going to use Tombow glue for this. And this die is from the Whimsical Trees bundle. Now everyone's it might have slightly different little characters for your cards. I just selected them randomly. So don't worry if you have like a fox or an extra bear or an extra penguin. If you have this DSP at home, you can even add more characters. And then we're going to add this little tree here. Again, from the Whimsical Trees bundle. And then I'm going to pop up my sentiment. I'm going to center it right in there. And here comes the recycling truck, and I'm so surprised my dogs are not barking at it. One dog is actually sleeping through this, and the other one's sitting at the window watching. We're going to put that down there. I'm going to pop this little guy up. My little sleeping fox. And then we have our penguin, which I'm going to pop up over here. Now on this card here, he's wearing a hat, and that's just from the penguin stamp set. I just stamped it with real red, and then I fussy cut the hat out, and I put the hat on. For this card here that I'm demoing, I'm not going to do that. So he just won't be wearing a hat. And again, I'm going to pop this up. I'm going to put them right over here. And then I have a bow. This is a retired retired ribbon, but I think it will work. With the kit, you'll have the blue or blue striped one. I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to attach this with a glue dot. If I can find them. There we go. Oops. And we're just going to put the glue or the ribbon here. Once you have your ribbon down, you may or may not want to sort of trim the ends. And then we're going to add a couple of rhinestones. Just for a little bit of bling. And there is our finished card. And again, on yours, you'll have that extra panel there. I just don't have mine. And if you're wondering where you would write your wishes or whatever, there's always the back of the card here for you to write your message. So thanks again for, oh, there's our piece. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where this came from. Now we can actually finish this card. Maybe it was just hiding underneath my card this whole time. So let's put this down. And now we have the finished card. So there's one version, and then here's another version. And as you can see on this one, it's completely covered this back side here. So it actually looks a lot nicer. Whereas for this one, I forgot to check before I put it down. But it's not horrible. It's just that it will look better if it's not sticking out. So there you go. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Stay warm if it's cold where you are, like it is here in Oakville. Have an awesome day.